Hi YouTubers, right, this is a two things spoiler review of Pitch Perfect 3, which I saw yesterday, and a sarcastic review of Pitch Perfect 3, which I saw yesterday, because I really didn't like this film. Yes, okay, so spoilers galore. So even the whole setup of this film is ridiculous. Now Pitch Perfect, I saw the second film before I saw the first, and the second film, whatever, I still say the sound machine should have won, okay, because they were a million times better than the Bellas, sorry. Then I saw the first film and it was like, oh god, he got Becca. Oh, I want to go to like Los Angeles and be a big music producer, but my father, who works at this university, is giving me an education for free. He doesn't understand me, even though I've yet to think, hey, maybe if I'm at this university working my arse off, I may get some experience, I may meet people, might be able to apply for some internships directly through the uni, which is pretty much what happens during like the second film. No. It's, oh, my daddy doesn't understand me and I'm getting this education for nothing, you know. Yeah, so, but anyway. Oh, also, secondly, I'm going to rip into Fat Amy here. I've got nothing against Rebel Wilson. I absolutely despise Fat Amy as a character, and I'm not going to be considerate at all to her. Even how this film starts is bloody ridiculous, okay? It's essentially the Bellas on this luxury yacht, and singing Toxic by Britney Spears, and then Fat Amy pops into view, and then the boat blows up. Yeah. Okay? Then in fact, it's back to how do we get here. So, going back a bit. Now, Becca, played by Anna Kendrick. Nothing against Anna Kendrick, by the way. I think she's lovely. Good comic timing, okay? But she finally she's got her dream job. She's a music producer. But as life is not going her way and no one understands her artistic vision, she quits. And then she meets up with the other Bellas who and their lives aren't going as well as they hope. So, you know, basically giving the world's smallest violin here. And even with the Bellas, the new like legacies, if you will, the new team don't really want them to perform because it's their time now. And so oh, and get this, okay, first obnoxious for Amy moment in this film is when Becca gets back to, they all live together, Aubrey, Becca and Amy live together, and when Becca's like, sorry, to Amy, well, you may have to get a job, she's like, no, can't, hold on. So I'm like, oh, so essentially, post-graduation, Amy's a goddamn freeloader. Nice. So when they meet up at the aquarium, all the Bellas meet up, and Aubrey then turns around and says, well, my daddy is in the military. He basically killed Bin Laden, and there's this big USO show where the winners of this competition are selected by DJ Khaled playing himself. And the winner gets to open for him in concert, you know? So even without auditioning or going through the system, nepotism, yay! So they go to this USO show, okay, where everyone else is basically better than them because, like the sound machine, everyone else is better than them. And it's Ruby Rose, okay, as Calamity, and I think she just called that. So for Amy could say, well, if I was in your group, you can call me Obesity. Yeah, and essentially, and her group is called Ever Moist because just so for Amy could have the joke, Never Moist, okay? Shit name for a band. However, the musicians themselves are actually a lot better than the Bellas anyway, but that's neither here nor there because you're supposed to root for the Bellas because they're the Bellas. Not happening. Right, okay, so during the riff-off and a lot of exposition and that kind of stuff, oh, this film goes into pure stupidity because, okay, as I said before, spoilers. So, the Bellas crash DJ Khaled's party, alright, and then, Becca starts mucking about on like a sound system and starts basically going, ah, okay, and in the background, the Bellas, cause a fire, release bees into the air and set up the sound system while Rebecca's going, oh, okay. So DJ Khaled listens to her, basically, you know, I don't know, channeling the inner Julie Andrews, I don't know, okay. A secret recording was made by this British guy, okay. I've got the cast list in front of me, okay, but whatever. Alright, so, and says to Becca, I want you and your life. Forget about the competition, you're the best person out there. And if I was the other people in these groups who Watch my arse off to get into this final. And then some a cappella group just kind of gets thrown in there because of nepotism, and then one member automatically wins. I would be totally pissed by this because it's totally unfair. But once again, rooting for the Bellas. This is a world where everything happens to the Bellas and they must win above all costs. And Becca is, but I can't do it without my sisters. We are family, we are one kind of thing. And then walks off. And then in a subplot, unrelated, not unrelated again, subplot going at the same time, Fat Amy meets her father, played by John Lithgow, in the most stupidest Australian accent I've heard in a really, really long time. And basically, it turns out that he is a drug dealer on the run, and in the Cayman Islands, in Amy's name, is an account with over $100 million. And so the father wants for Amy basically to forget about the Bellas and come to the Cayman Islands, so he would get his money. So, fat freeloading Amy, obnoxious, egotistical, is a millionairess, because why not? Okay, so this is the meat of this film, if you will. Becca has to make a choice, which has been trying to make exactly through the entire other two films, is do I go solo or not? I want to do my own kind of music, you know, which was basically the gist of the other two films, and will Aubrey sort out of her estranged father? Will Amy sort out with her own father? Daddy issues in this film, okay? Oh, and this is the stupidest thing ever, okay? Bumper and Jess, okay, the two love interests from the first two films, okay? Because in the second film, which I saw first, you have for Amy run into Bumper to declare love, and them two got engaged. Oh no, they split up. It's done in like the opening couple of minutes that they've split, okay? And Amy's like, well, you know, he's not over me, even though he's now got a new girlfriend and a cat, but he's not over me, I'm for Amy. That kind of obnoxiousness. And one thing Rebel Wilson does, I'm not sure if it's intentional or it's what the script dictates, but every time she speaks, she seems to do this kind of pause. Stop, okay? As if she's basically saying, why don't you just hold up a sign saying, laugh, audience, laugh, even though it's not funny. That joke wasn't funny first time round. And also, one thing, because I saw the second film first after all, I noticed how goddamn mean Amy was. Now, this is going to talk about Fat Amy, about why I don't like her, okay? Amy's mean. And not in a, you know, now, you could say, yeah, fine, she's doing it to hide her own insecurities. But at the end of the day, she's just mean. And in this film, she's even meaner. In the second film, she was really, really mean. And in this one, she's meaner. The legacy character from the second film is obviously in this. And it's the whole kind of, I'm too busy to write music because I'm studying. Which actually kind of is, you've got the priorities right. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to do the things you love when there's other things like finish your degree getting in the way. Eventually, when you have some time, you have the time. But right now, she's just so goddamn mean to the legacy character's name I can't remember. Whatever. Is it Emily? Yeah, Emily. Yeah, she's so mean to Emily. Every time Emily speaks, Amy's like, "I'll get your head out your ass," or "You're just so stupid." And it's not even funny. It's just mean. And one thing I did not like about Fat Amy, okay, and I'm going back to the first ever film, okay, is she's like, I'm Fat Amy, I call myself that so you twig bitches don't. She spends the entire of the first film essentially trying to out Cynthia Rose, okay? And there's one bit which I wanted to punch her, okay, is when they're having this true confession bit at the end of the first film. And Cynthia's like, I've got something to say. And Amy's like, oh, let's be honest. She's got this obsession, okay, with Cynthia Rose's sexual orientation, which I will give credit to the Cynthia Rose character, okay? It wasn't really a big deal to Cynthia Rose. She mentions I have a gambling addiction, which started when my girlfriend left me. She says it quite casually, okay? Which, Amy's attitude to Cynthia Rose in 2012, when the first song came out, was so dated. I was like, shut the fuck up, Amy. No one cares about anyone's sexual orientation. Why do you keep harping on about Cynthia Rose's? It's obnoxious, and it's backwards, and it's stereotypical, and it's just wrong, so shut up, okay? Now, Cynthia Rose, this really, really bothered me, okay? Because, seeing the second film first, Cynthia Rose says, when they're having their group confessions, I'm getting married, okay? I didn't know Cynthia Rose at this point, obviously. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Hopefully we get to meet your wife-to-be eventually. That never happened. Okay. Then, flashing back to the first film, there's a bit with Denise, a character that is not in the sequels, who after Cynthia Rose's confession mouths, "I still love you." Okay, I remember this quite well. And I was like, oh, so is Denise her ex, which started her gambling problem? Is this going to be expanded upon? Is this going to come back? Okay. Nope. No more Denise. No more who is Cynthia Rose marrying. No more. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. So, then in the third film, Cynthia Rose doesn't have a wedding ring, and there's no mention of her intended to be or what happened, because a little throwaway line about Jess and Bumper, fine. But this mystery woman who Cynthia Rose was going to marry, never expanded upon. And another problem too, which really, really bothered me, is Cynthia wants to become a pilot. Fantastic career. And then at the end of the film, this is the third film, okay, she mentions, and it kind of rolled my eyes at this point, is now that they let lesbians in the military, the army will pay, they will pay for flight school. And I was like, it's not as simple as that. You can't, there's still a selection process. They will train you. It will cost a lot of money. You have to dedicate your life, about like several years, like under 10 years of your life, to the armed forces, paying them back for what they put in to train you. And the line, now they let in, that was peddled years ago. That was like a decade ago. So it's like, oh yeah, it just occurred to me, maybe I should apply to them, to the armed forces, and they will pay they will help me become a pilot. Yeah, bit dated. That idea is a bit dated. Now, fame in this film, which I think is so stupid, and Elizabeth Banks directed this film. Double checking it was Elizabeth Banks, okay. Now, directed by Tris C, produced by Elizabeth Banks, sorry, my mistake, is those two commentators from the first one, John Smith and Gail, okay, they're back again. They are back again, and they essentially are trying to produce a documentary of the Bellas, because acapella is apparently so interesting, and they're like stalking her throughout the entire thing. It's one of these things where Elizabeth Banks, who directed like the first two, she should have been known better than to be in this. Maybe a little cameo at the beginning, but their presence wasn't wanted nor needed. It was ridiculous. They're there doing commentary, and of course John is doing his misogynist lines, because that's what the script dictates. But it's just dumb. The fact their presence in this film is absolutely dumb, and Elizabeth Banks, who produced this film and directed the first two of them, should have known better. If you're going to be in a little cameo, maybe at the aquarium, asking them how their lives are going. Okay, so get to this. So Aubrey with her back to the film. Aubrey with her father issues. Her daddy never comes to any of her performances. Rebel, Fat Amy with her problems regarding her father. So essentially, Bella's are kidnapped by John Lithgow with his crappy Australian accent, taken to the yacht, and this is where, this kid's so stupid. Fat Amy goes full fucking ninja. No. She goes full goddamn ninja. She's a ninja. Yeah. She goes full ninja, and these films require a suspension of disbelief anyway, okay? But there's that. Seriously, she's kicking ass across this joint, acting like she's a goddamn spy. It's just stupid, and I just couldn't stand it. It was, Fat Amy is a very polarising character anyway, and nothing against Rebel Wilson, as I've said, I just can't stand Fat Amy. But this, I could not suspend. It was just so obnoxious. Every word she said was cringeworthy. She's just a horrible character. She's just a horrible, horrible character. So, end of the film, the Bellas, total spoilers here. So, end of the film, the Bellas are happy for Becca because she gets to go on a solo career. Everyone gets their happy endings. Freeloading Fat Amy is now a millionairess, so she doesn't have to freeload off anyone ever again. So, happy endings. Okay. Lily, whose real name is actually Esther, says Satan has left her body, and she actually speaks up for herself. Okay. Two of the minor characters are Jessica and Ashley, who spent the last two films being underused. get a few more lines and kind of plays on the fact, okay, that everyone kind of has ignored them over the last 2 films anyway. So, yeah. But the thing is, this would have been nice for the other Bellas who have not had any character development or storylines to actually get some. Like Cynthia Rose or Lily or Flo or, hey, even Jessica and Ashley. But they didn't. Jessica and Ashley just seem to, or their actresses are Shirley Regner and Kelly Jackel, I believe that's mispronounced maybe. They're given absolutely nothing to do. And this is, you can basically see, this is just a tired format cliched film which delivers absolutely nothing new. I mean, the whole idea set up in the trailer was that Ruby Rose, Calamity, was going to be their antagonist. She's not even in it enough to be an antagonist. If she had been an antagonist, it would have been a better film. But as she's better than that Bella, we're not supposed to root for her. You know, she is like the Sound Machine. So, music-wise is good. I give it that. Someone's not really in the a cappella, but this is a tired, cliched film which delivers absolutely nothing new. And if the Bellas were going to go out in their final performance, it's a one note. That's really it. But anyway, that's just me. Everyone may enjoy it and just take it for what it is, but I hated it. And I really, really wish it had been Bella. And Cynthia Rose was totally screwed over. She deserved a better storyline than this. So, sign off here.